Hello everyone, back for another doll video, and today I'm going to be cutting off some more hair. I know I just did that. I just filmed a video like that, which was my last video, and I still have not finished that project, but I've started it. So here is the doll from my last video before this one, and I have started rooting in her hair. So this is the Bratz clone, Lovely Patsy, or Chick's doll. So yeah, I've already started on her. Let me see if I can. There we go. There's shadows everywhere. But yeah, I've started on her. But yeah, I'm kind of putting more work on my plate, but if all goes well, I've got more of these little craft doll heads coming to me. So, and these are doll heads from my childhood. So, when I was like 12 and 13, I was still a kid, I was just fascinated with craft dolls. So these heads start out as something like this. And then they have little hands, so you're supposed to make their bodies. So this one I had started making her a body, but I never finished it. I don't know where the body is that I made for her. I still have it, but I'm not sure where it is. But I made her a cloth body, and then I glued her arms onto it. So yeah, there's these ones. Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought that you were, I don't know if there's a tutorial online or anything of how you're supposed to do this, but the ones that I hopefully have coming, the ones that are on their way to me, have an instruction thing, but I thought you were supposed to loop something around this, and I don't know. When I was a kid, I didn't know how to do it, and I still don't know how to do it. But apparently you're not supposed to keep this like that. So one of them I did straighten out. You're just supposed to build the body around this little stick thing, this wire. So yeah, this one I've had her hair in a braid. I got these all back in 2009. I know I'm missing one of them, but yeah, here's another blonde one. These are the long-haired ones. Usually they come with hair. So they also made bigger ones. So the ones that I had hair like this. So the hair was shorter and it was curly, and then they had a plastic thing, cellophane around to keep the hair tidy. So yeah, there's a bigger one. And then here's a small one. But my small ones had blue eyes instead of lavender like these ones do. But yeah, I don't know if there's any tutorials on YouTube on how to make these, like how to make their bodies. So if anybody has these and has made bodies for them, if they've done that, please could you upload a video? That would be most helpful, because I would love to learn how to make bodies for these, because these are very nostalgic to me. I got these ones as well, along with these smaller ones. I think I got them from Michael's. This was way back then. I even have some of these like cake dolls. They had like a stick coming out of them where you put them in the cake and then you decorate the bodice, and then the cake's usually shaped like a dome, so it can be like a dress. But I was just fascinated with these because I liked the face mold. So I've got tons of these. I've even got little tiny ones. I even got little teeny tiny ones. So yeah, this one has black hair, brown, sort of honey blonde hair, and then there's a redhead. So yeah, I've just been super fascinated by craft dolls. Like, I don't know. They have just always, specifically fashion doll looking ones. So they do have like baby doll type ones, but I'm not really interested in those too much. But yeah. And this one is, let me see. Says Wilton, Hong Kong. So yeah, this one I found at the Goodwill. She was still brand new, but these little stick things break off so easily, but I'm not really into those. So you have two of these blonde ones. I don't know where her neck thing is. And then I do have a brunette. So yeah. But anyhow, enough ramblings. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to reroute this one so that she looks like one of my old ones. One of my original ones, which they had shorter hair and it had a middle part. These ones do not have hair in the middle. Like, they do have 2 rows. So if you can see, there is 2 rows rooted. There we go. So yeah, you can see there's 2 rows rooted all the way around, but the middle is just left bald because their hair was in a ponytail. So, but yeah, I'm gonna cut the hair off, take it out. Where did my scissors go? I just had them a moment ago, and now they are missing. So, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and I found my scissors, and they were right next to me, but I had set something on top of them. And that is something I'm known for doing. But yeah, this hair, it's just, I have cut it. I cut it once, but it's just still, it is polypropylene hair, and I think I've boil washed it and everything, and it's just, it's not good. So I want to reroute her with proper hair. So I'm gonna harvest some hair, some nylon hair from another doll that I don't want. Gonna need new scissors before too long because these ones are kind of getting dull. Yeah, and because I kind of played with my dolls a bit rough when I was a kid, I would just play with these as just doll heads. I wouldn't even, like, once I gave up on trying to make their bodies, I just kind of, just played with them. That was what I did when I was a kid. I played with just doll heads. I'd find Barbie heads and other types of doll heads thrown away and stuff. And sometimes that was all I had to play with, so I didn't give a crap. But I did play with these and all my dolls kind of rough, and so I wound up with some of these that were bald. So, at least I think I did. It was a long time ago. It was a long, long time ago. But I don't like this hair. It's really, really bad. That's usually what happens with a lot of craft dolls. They're rooted with they're rooted with some of the worst hair possible. And sometimes I've seen this happen when I see these in thrift stores, like craft dolls in thrift stores. But a lot of the times their polypropylene hair has started to dry rot, or it already has dry rotted. Like there was one where it was a huge crocheted dress and a bonnet and everything, and then I took the bonnet off and the hair went with it. Like the hair just fell off. It like disintegrated. So, polypropylene hair for you. But I have gotten, there is one craft doll, they make some that are just fashion dolls, but they don't have clothes. They'll come with shoes and panties, and that's it. Then you're supposed to make the dress. But one I got actually came with nylon hair. That was really good quality nylon hair. So here she is with all her hair cut off. And while browsing online, I noticed that the ones that I had, their eyebrows were brown instead of black like this, and then they actually did have some like catch light in their iris, or in their pupil, that was the same color as the iris. So these ones are not exactly the same. It's the same head mold, and the screening is fairly the same. It's not quite identical, but with this one I'll be rooting a part line in, giving her back her original flip hairstyle. It was kind of a flippy, curly hairstyle with a middle part. So yeah, that is what she looks like with a buzz cut. See, I can screenshot that later. Yeah. And now I shall proceed with pulling the hair out of the pulling the plugs out of the holes themselves. So you just take your flat head and scrape at the hair, and look, it just sucks the hair plugs right into the head. Just pulls them in. And it's just so easy. So look at that. Yep. And since this one barely has any hair, it should take me absolutely no time at all. Yep. There goes all that back hair on the back of her head. And you just scrape and scrape and scrape until there is no more plugs of hair left in these holes. And thankfully, clone dolls from this time, clones or craft dolls, whichever, they did not come with glue in their heads. So you don't have to fight with glue. So now she is bald completely, all her hair plugs removed. So now I need to fix my tweezer. Go into her head with tweezers and start pulling the leftover out. her head's quite full for not being fully rooted, so it's pretty much because they made the plugs themselves really thick. Yeah, so this is kind of the boring part, so I will come back when her head is completely empty. So, here we are. She is completely bald. And her head is empty. If you can see that in there. No, don't unfocus, you dummy. Yep. Her head is completely empty. I always found the spiral sort of design on the heads interesting. Those plugs were really packed together. Yeah, you can see how big those holes are, that the plugs themselves are really big. So, and she is squishy. So, she's squishy like a Barbie head, so, you know, you can reroute her fairly easily. I love how much blush these have. I love the face mold. The screening is fine. I love the blush. And I love that they're squishy. I really love this face mold. But yeah, let me see if I can. But yeah, there's all the hair. So yeah, there's the hair that I got rid of. But yeah, let me see if I can't find some pictures to show you of how they're packaged and everything. One moment. So we see here, this is how they come. Yeah, and you can already see that this one, you can see that there is like a slight little, whoops, you can see there's a slight highlight in the iris, unlike this one. But it is the same exact head mold. They just didn't paint the faces exactly the same. But it's the same head mold. And very similar screening, but they come with little hands. Their cheeks are very rosy. She's got some dark lips. Love that. Love me a dark lip queen. We live. We support her. She slays. And then there's I remember this image. See, when I was a kid, I tried to do something like this, but I couldn't figure it out. But yeah. That's how they look. Or that's how the end result is supposed to look. Let me see if I can find some more. So here's the ones with the long hair. So you can, it says new and improved hair. Yeah, not really. Because the hair is kind of, obviously, here's the hair. I mean, it's kind of crappy, so that's why she's getting rerooted. Apparently you can make an ornament with them, some sort of sunflower, something. But yeah, I just now remembered this, but I remember them coming with these like cellophane things around the hair. Yeah, that's how those ones come. Wow, this was a long time ago. I didn't like these ones as much. I think it's because the forehead. Like the line is like right here where they were supposed to root it, and they got it way up here. So I'm gonna have to take her hairline down a bit. But that's fine, I'll do that. But yeah, that's how the ponytail ones are packaged. That's what the packaging looks like. You have like instructions. I don't know how to crochet to save my life, but you know. Let me see if I can find some more. And then we have some of these ones that I didn't know about. Their hairs are a bit longer. So I guess they're angels or something? I mean, I would love to make these. I think the designs are so pretty. And then, yeah, they have much longer hair. It's very curly. And what do we have here? We have another dark lip queen. Yes, she slays. Here's a better look, a little bit. So I guess the ones with lighter colored lips, they just didn't spray on enough paint. They just went like really super fast. So I just always thought these dolls were so cute. There's also some darker skinned ones as well. Let me see if I can find those. Those ones are very fascinating as well. Well, I couldn't find the darker ones, but I found these ones, which I have seen, which my sister-in-law's aunt made some of these out of beads. So she created the body out of beads. And this is the same exact face that hers had. So yeah, that's just a different variety of them. Anyway, that is her all bald, and I definitely need to put her head in boiling water to shrink up these holes so that they're not so prominent. But yeah, I will be sure to keep y'all posted whenever I start working on her or whatever I've got going on. So thank you guys for watching. More videos to come, and remember to stay true to you.